Shalom, this is Brother Darby from GMS Detroit. Would like to say all praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shah, Bashim Rekakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who rule well. Shalom to the whole elect out there. With that being said, I want to get into a quick lesson. It's concerning the situation with this lady right here, 30-something-year-old lady, killed her daughter's so-called boyfriend, I guess. She caught a young man hiding under her daughter's bed. Daughter 13. The boy was 20. The mama, I think, was 36 or something like that. But nevertheless, we look at this guy. This is this little guy that be making the rhymes to the videos. Very talented young man. But nevertheless, just listen to the video. Then we hit these things with a couple of scriptures. He'll sum it up for you in a little rhyme. So let's take a look at it, and then we filter it through the scriptures.
Years old, Kendra Scott, 6 years old. The story here ridiculous. 36 years old, Kendra Scott out of Memphis. Got a charge on the head. This 20-year-old young man she caught under her daughter's bed. Know it hurt, queen. Finding a 20-year-old under your daughter's bed and she only 13. She ain't have to take his life. Check. Let's press rewind and add context. The whole situation sad, y'all. The daughter let him in through the back door. Mom came home late, about 1:40, and sis screamed, "Who's in my house holding a blick?" Mom told her daughter in the past, "If I catch a boy in here, I'ma put a hole in his ass." The boy left unarmed, dipped straight out. Mom continued yelling at him on the way out, pumping with energy. She shot him in the back of the head. He succumbed to his injury. Mom got locked up. They served her with first-degree murder. As a father to a daughter, this hurt me to my soul. But as a community, we gotta have emotional control, cause I know what hurt was true. Now baby girl motherless, man out here vulnerable. Now that's on God. I send a deep prayer to all parties involved.
Now, what he did say that he said you gotta have emotional control, which the scriptures tell us. You know what I'm saying? That anger. You know what I'm saying? We gotta have emotional control. And so yeah. Now, did she break the law of the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai? The daughter? No. Because we know in this truth, once you have that period, you a grown, you considered a grown woman. You can have kids now. You considered a grown woman. It's these Edomite standards they done put on people and brainwashed them that, or it's actually the Lord has blinded the people. You know what I'm saying? And with Esau's policies and whatnot, and his law, Esau laws say you can't mess with a girl that's 13. But the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai law said, hey, it's lawful. So you're not breaking his law dealing with a 13-year-old girl. You know what I'm saying? So, nevertheless, this is a big thing amongst the camps too. They try to pick on GMS because GMS has the 100% truth, and the 100% truth is that once the girl passed the flower of her age, which is her period, if she's a grown woman, she's allowed to have children now. And these guys get caught up in their damn feelings, and these Israelite groups get caught up in their feelings. IUIC and ISP UK, they use this thing. They try to come against GMS as far as the rape doctrine, which is a perfect law. If you study it, it is perfect. I say it's perfect because it's come from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Everything that comes from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is perfect. You know what I'm saying? So nevertheless, they try to use that to come against GMS, that rape law and whatnot. So nevertheless, and this is not concerning, this video is not concerning a rape law because it wasn't a rape involved, but it's still concerning underage sex. They would try to, the other groups, IUIC, ISP UK, they would try to say that GMS like young girls and this and that and this and that and this and that. But if you, according to the scriptures, having a young girl is lawful. You're not breaking the Lord's law. You're breaking Esau's law. And even in Esau kingdom, I know several stories where women have told me their grandma got married at 13 years old. Even in the movie Color Purple, Celie, is that her name? Mister took her when she was a young girl. You know what I'm saying? So they did that down south. But now we in this modern world, it's shamed, it's looked down upon, and it's shameful to do it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, people, people are still the same people. You know what I'm saying? This 13-year-old girl knew what she wanted. She wanted a 20-year-old man, you know? And in the eyes of the Lord, she did nothing wrong by wanting that 20-year-old man. Now she disobeyed her mom and whatnot. She could have, you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, in the eyes of the Lord, she did not commit a sin, by being with this young man. You know what I'm saying? Or either the young man did not commit a sin by being with that young girl. And the mama don't know because the mama is in gross darkness. The mama don't have the light. She don't have she has been, the Lord has, um, took her hearing away from her sight. Why? Why would the Lord do something like this? Because these people, they love Babylon, man. They want to be in like Babylon. Why is she raising a daughter without a father anyway? You understand me? So the Lord will blind certain people from hearing the law, or even this truth, even making any sense to them. You know what I'm saying? So the water Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that this truth resonates with us and it makes sense to us to even allow us to go out here and teach. You know what I'm saying? And try to reach the people. So yeah. But some people won't get it, man. And that's because the Lord has blinded these people, man. So first we want to hit a couple of scriptures dealing with this anger, man, because it's like the rapper said, yeah, you got to control your emotions and stuff and whatnot. Okay, let's see. Ecclesiastes 7 and 9. It says, "Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry." It says, "For anger, um, 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 excuse me." It says, "For anger resteth in the bosom of fools." So yeah, anger it would stick with you. It would be with you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta anything you come up with in this world, we are given these holy scriptures to guide us through any problems. You know what I'm saying? And if nine times out of 10, and I would say 10 out of 10, if you apply these scriptures to these problems of the world, you will come out on top. You know what I'm saying? And if the mom had the scripture, she would say, well, shit, he's not even doing nothing wrong. He's not, but it's in her mind trying to keep this young girl what she think is innocent. If she didn't did that, this is not her first rodeo, man. This is not that girl's first rodeo if she didn't did something like that. You know what I'm saying? Snuck a got and it's 1 o'clock at nighttime and you got a boy up under the bed. They didn't did what they had to do already. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So nevertheless, the mom was blinded with blinded. So she won't understand. She's not gonna she don't have this truth in her to make reason of this situation, which led her to this anger. And now she's in a world of fucking trouble. Now you're a murderer. You're in trouble with the Most High, and you're in trouble with Esau in this kingdom. So now you're a murderer. You know what I'm saying? You stood there with that dumbass look on your damn face. Because the Lord has blinded your ass. And he's blinded you. And he's shut your hearing off too, where you don't even hear. You can't even hear you can't even hear the truth from none of the people, from none of the men that the Lord got out here, none of his prophets out here teaching. You don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. That's what these hoes be saying, man. And you can tell she wasn't. I don't want to hear that. She's stuck with that plantation Christianity. You know what I'm saying? That bullshit, that mumbo jumbo, that bullshit, man. That got her in the situation she in right now. That plantation Christianity, because it don't teach the people. It's loosely based on the Bible. That bullshit, man. Got our people, got our so-called people in the chokehold, man. This bullshit ass Christianity, man. So Ecclesiasticus, also known as the Book of Sirach, 1 and 22, and the scripture reads, it says, "A furious man cannot be justified, for the sway of his fury shall be his destruction." Yeah, and that's a man and woman. So yeah, her fury is led to her destruction. Now she's in the fucking jail. Now that little girl, now she's parentless. Unless the so-called father, she can find a father if she even know her father. You know what I'm saying? Now she's a fucking orphan. Now imagine what she's gonna do that she's by herself. but you let that anger consume you and overtake your ass and make you do that and make you, um, you know, kill a man in the haste, because why? All because you don't have the truth, and you've been blinded by the Most High. So nevertheless, we're gonna go back to let's see, I think I got one more. As far as anger, let me see. Psalms 37 and verse 8. It says, "Cease from anger." It says, "And forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil." Yeah, and she did evil, man. She committed murder, man. Just because her feelings was hurt and whatnot. She's sitting up there thinking that she trying to hold on to her daughter's innocency, because she know what? She know how wicked and how slick she was as a young girl. And that's what you get it with these mamas, man. They know how wicked they was as a young girl. And all the slick shit that they did when they was young and coming up. And so they be trying their best not to or they be trying their best to keep their daughter from doing that same slick wicked shit that they did, or what they thought was wicked, you know what I'm saying? Concerning boys and young men and whatnot, you know. So they think they can stop it, you know what I'm saying? But you can't stop it when you gotta go to work. You ain't got no man, no husband. You got rid of the daddy. You raising the kid all by yourself because America let you do it. And you said you gonna need no man, and you gotta go make a living, and you leave that girl at home by herself. You can't control that shit. And now look at you, looking like a damn fool. And that's why we say, hey man, you gotta come out of this. You gotta come out of this America way of thinking, man, or you're going to be destroyed. This is Rev 18, verse 4. And the scripture reads, it says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." So yeah, you got to come out of this place, or you're going to just receive, the judgments. You know what I'm saying? Look at you now. Now you in jail. Now your mind ain't gonna rest because you ain't gonna know what's going on with that girl. You ain't gonna be able to call her every day. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to check on her locked up in the damn facility or in some prison. Who gonna take care of the little girl now? You know? You just messed up. Shit, messed up. Because you err not knowing the scriptures. You know? If she'd have known this truth, hey, she'd still be at home. If she know this truth, but the Lord blinded her from the truth. Let's go to Hosea 4 and 6. And the scripture read, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because they has rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, and thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children." So yeah, hey, you are destroyed for lack of knowledge, Jake. Now she's destroyed for her lack of knowledge. If she had the knowledge and wisdom of these holy scriptures, she would have never did that. She would have sat down with that young man, sat down with her daughter, and said, "Okay, y'all gonna be together? Okay, well, this is what you maybe." Then maybe she could try to establish some type of rule with them being together. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't have looked at it like she's keeping her daughter from being innocent, she's keeping her daughter from being wicked, or she's trying to preserve her daughter's innocence. Shit, your daughter ain't your first daughter rodeo. Ain't her first time at the rodeo. Shit, she doing shit like that. She should have. What she should do is came in. Okay, you gonna be her boyfriend? Okay, well let me try to regulate this. Let me try to, be the mediator in this thing. I'll let you come over and see her, spend the night. If you're gonna have sex, protect yourself, because she's too young to bear children. Well, she's too young, but she don't need no children. She can bear the children, but she's too young that she don't need no children right now, because she's gonna bring this children to my house. If she do have a children, she's gonna bring it to my house, and when I can't afford to take it on children, she need to talk. She's supposed to talk that thing out with him. Okay, you can spend time with her. I'd rather you be over here to watch her and be with her while I'm at work, and she's not at home by herself. So that's what a reasonable mind would have thought. But the reasonable mind had to have these truth and the truth. And this truth is hard. It's bitter. It's hard to swallow, man. It's hard to swallow. You know, because this with Esau, you know, they told you so many lies and shit. You know what I'm saying? But what does it say? The truth, the scripture say the truth shall set you free. If the mama knew the truth, she could have talked to that young man like, hey man, hey, you gonna be over here. Y'all protect yourself. I'm gonna put her on birth control. We don't want no babies right now. But if you're gonna be her boyfriend, be her boyfriend, okay? Then the young man probably would have respected that. Like, well, damn, okay. Shit. All right, I'm over here now. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? So but they like the scripture said they err not knowing the scriptures, man. Jake err not knowing the damn scriptures, man. Not the damn scriptures. Jake err not knowing the scriptures. Excuse me for saying that. Oh, okay, another scripture I want to bring out is Romans 11:8, and the scripture reads, it says, according as it is written, Yahweh have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear until this day. So yeah, until this day, Jake, hey, they don't see it, they don't hear, man. You know, the answers should be right in front of them in this truth, and they don't see it, they hear, and then they wind up doing some dumb shit like she did. Now she's destroyed. Now she gotta wake up every day knowing she killed the young man, and knowing, you know what I'm saying? Knowing, hey, the scriptures say that we all must appear in that judgment seat, right? To give our accounts, whether good or bad, you know. So nevertheless, roughly paraphrasing that scripture. So when she give her account, the Lord gonna say, "Have you seen my man out there? Have you seen my man preaching?" And she gonna say, "What's she gonna say? I didn't know that there was the real man. I didn't know. I didn't know." Hey, ignorance is no excuse, right? That's what Esau tell you in his court. Ignorance is no excuse. I forgot how it goes, but ignorance is no excuse when it comes to the law. So even in this thing, in this truth, scripture says, be not ignorant of no great or small thing. You can't sit up here and be lazy, Jake, and don't read these scriptures and learn about this truth. A lot of Jakes is lazy. That's why they don't want to do the work. Like the scripture says, um, um, I had it in my thing. Should I grab that scripture? Let me see. Um, Jake hates discipline. This is go to Ecclesiasticus um, 21:19. Doctrine unto fools is as feathers on the feet, and like manicures on the hands. And you know those are like tools to bound you, like handcuffs and shackles and whatnot. So yeah, doctrine on the fools is like shackles on your feet and on your hand. It's like it's burdensome to Jake. You know what I'm saying? Jake don't want, it's burdensome to him. It's a burden to want to sit down and learn these scripts or learn this truth. And that's why they err not knowing the scripture, and that's why they be destroyed. They also are destroyed too, Jake. That's why you also are destroyed, because you won't take the time out to learn these things, man. That they can actually save you. You are in the valley of the shadow of death. This is what you need to survive, Jake. That plantation Christianity ain't gonna get you, but you do nothing but walk your ass right over the cliff. This is Ephesians 4:18. And the scripture read, it says, having the understanding darkened, it says, having the understanding darkened and being alienated from the life of Yahweh through the ignorance that is in them because of their blindness of their hearts. Yeah. Um, hey, that's Jake, man. You know what I'm saying? Your understanding has been darkened. You know what I'm saying? Um, through the ignorance, um, that you have, that you are in, the ignorance, your ignorance and your laziness, your slothfulness. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you are in this thing. That's why you are destroyed, Jake, because you want to take the time out to let the light come in. You know what I'm saying? To let this truth come into you and this light come into you. You know? We can just start at 15 and reread the whole thing over. It says, this I say therefore and testify in the Lord that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk in the vanity of their mind, having the understanding darkened and being alienated from the life of Yahweh through the ignorance that is in them, because of the blindness of their heart. It says, whom being past feeling have given themselves over unto lasciviousness, and all to work all uncleanness with greediness. But ye have not so learned Mashiach. So yeah, Jake, you want to learn everything from these other nations, but you don't want to learn this truth. You want to learn everything from Esau, the Edomite woman. You want to learn all her wicked ways, but you don't want to learn this truth. You know what I'm saying? I look at the women walking around with Daisy Dukes on and shit. They ass cheeks hanging out the bottom of their motherfucking shorts and shit. From the youngest to the oldest and shit. From 16 or 15 or even 13 to 50 fucking 60-year-old women walking around with their ass cheeks hanging out the bottom of their shorts. Who they learn this from? The shorts are called Daisy Dukes. It's named after a fucking white woman, man. It's named after fucking Daisy Duke. They're from the Dukes of Hazzard, man. The Dukes of Edom. Do you understand me? Now, this is who you learn this shit from. And that's why your ass is destroyed, Jake. You learn it from them, but you don't learn the good things. You don't learn the things that can actually save you and prevent you from the hardship, from the destruction. You don't learn the truth that could prevent you, because you wicked, Jake. Your ass wicked, Jake, man. You didn't get what you deserve, Jake. I ain't gonna even lie. you know, Jake get what he deserved, man. She get what she deserved. Now her ass gonna be locked up for killing and shooting that boy in the back of his fucking head, shooting that young man. He gone. His parents is like, damn, my son gone. All over some 13-year-old box. Damn. This is Matthew 13, verse 15. It says, for this people heart was waxed gross. It says their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes have, and their eyes they have closed. These say any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears and should understand with their heart and should be converted, I should heal them. But yeah, hey, Jake is not taking the time to learn, so he can be converted. You know what I'm saying? And we got the man. You have no excuse, Jake. You're not gonna have no excuse, because we got men out here teaching your ass, Jake, constantly throwing up the videos on the highways and hedges. Jake, your ass walk right past the men of the Lord. And then I see some of these Jake avoid the Lord. They across the street before they even walk past the camp. You know what I'm saying? And this is what actually can save you from these dumbass things that come up. You're gonna need it, Jake. And the Lord's gonna show you. He's gonna put you in a situation and you're gonna be like, just like her ass, looking stupid as hell, looking stupid. About to go serve now you about to go serve some damn years in the prison and having somebody tell your ass what to do. In the damn prison system. And not only that, you still gotta go give an account to the Lord why you did that dumb shit and you didn't hanker down and get this truth. You walk past the man of the Lord, you rolled your eyes, you probably said some shit on the comment board, you probably said some old slick shit, and now look at you now. Scripture say my people are sottish children, man, meaning stupid, man. So with that being said, I would like to say all praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem and Crocodiles, double honors to the elders, Apostle GMS, who rule well and we learn this truth from, and shalom to the whole full out there. Hope you found some edification in the video.